All right. I think I am live. I think I'm good to go. It seems like it's cool. Wow. This was such a difficult thing. I'm trying to find where to exactly put my computer. Actually, let me do it over here like this. And I'll sit right here. Oh, okay. Cool. Yesterday was a crazy this or not yesterday. Last week on Wednesday it was a crazy week. I was struggling with going live for like I want to say like 30 minutes, 45 minutes or something. And then I finally just made a small little clip video just saying, hey, this is why I'm not live right now, just letting you guys know. So I'm going on a little over a week without a phone now. Now, my phone I do have a new phone. The dog has come to say hello. Oh, he's gone. I do have a new phone, but I don't have it yet. So I'm going to be acquiring it soon. So it's just waiting for me. I'm obviously in Peru, so getting my phone here is a little bit trickier. So, um, yeah. And it's also looking like there's a very good chance I'll be going to the US soon. So I'll probably just pick it up then. What is soon? I'm not sure, but soon. So until then, I'll probably be without a phone, but we'll see. You never know. Could find a way to get it here rather easy. But yeah, I really missed doing this last week. I like doing these and um, I appreciate getting the chance to talk and connect with you all. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll kind of just go on with what's going on, at least what I had planned to talk about. So as far as today goes, I'm actually gearing up this weekend. I am having a live Zoom call for a group integration. So there's a bunch of people that are coming to the group integration that I'm going to be talking to them about what's going on with their lives, how they're feeling. Like it's good stuff. Everyone tends to really enjoy it. If any of you are interested, you can check out the Patreon. But as far as that stuff goes, I kind of just wanted to talk about um, safe use of medicines. Um, there are a lot of different medicines that you can get your hands on, like mushrooms. There's like weed that people smoke regularly that can or cannot or may not need integration. I'm personally on the kind of wavelength that everything anyone does is can have integration as long as it's mindful. So like if you're doing yoga, for example, you can get you can and probably should get integration, especially if you're kind of struggling to find and work through everything that's coming up for you. Like if you're doing yoga and you remember something from your past that you're struggling through, that could be a good thing to kind of talk about in like a group setting. So that's kind of what we do. But I think a lot of people they take these different psychedelics recreationally, which is a beautiful thing, but they can be dangerous on their own too. Like I know a lot of people who have taken medicine called bufo. Um, I guess lot's a strong word. I know a decent amount of people that have taken bufo, and they'll sit with it, and then it'll kind of overwhelm them. It'll be difficult for them and they won't really know what to do with it. And with a lot of times with stuff like that, it can really like sit on you and stay on you. So that's a really strong thing that people will experience, and it takes a while to work through. So people will spend a lot of time in integration to kind of try to work through that stuff. I find that Bufo and DMT in general tends to be some of the hardest integrative work that people are setting out to do. Um, so but all I wanted to say is if you are going to be taking these medicines, first of all, kind of going with a plan. Like, what is it that I want to get out of this experience? What is it that I want to feel? Now, it may not happen that way, but going in with a plan really helps. And then after that, like a good example would be I'm going in to this to learn more about myself, or I'm going into this to Experience universal love is a common one, or I'm going into this experience to learn more about the universe, whatever it is. Going with like an idea, it'll help you kind of work through and move through what you're learning, what you're trying to learn, and then after that, make sure you have a safe setting. Make sure the things around you aren't like going to be abrasive. For example, if you get up and trip, you could hurt yourself, but also socially, if there's someone who's not down with it, that can really give you quote unquote what people call a bad trip. Although I don't really believe in that. The whole bad trip thing, it can definitely give you more to work through. People's energy is going to be flowing around, um, so it's good stuff. But yeah, I have the integration this weekend, so I've just been thinking about it. I know some people like to take these things on their own, and people have been taking mushrooms on their own since the beginning of time. However, that doesn't mean you should throw all caution to the wind. You should be safe. Things can be laced, which is uncommon with stuff like that. But also, you could get overwhelmed. And I know people who have gotten overwhelmed by medicine and end up hurting themselves. Maybe not in any serious way, but they left a lasting scar in their body that they still have today. So you just got to be careful. But yeah, otherwise, um, I'm feeling pretty comfy out here right now. It's actually not that cold, but I'm wearing a pretty traditional Peruvian alpaca actually sweater. So this is alpaca. It's comfortable, very ugly Christmas type deal I got going on, but also it looks really cool. I think. Um, yeah, so it's pretty cool stuff. Um, but other than that, oh, the big thing that's been kind of struggling that I have been struggling with recently is I talked about it in a video in the comments not too long ago. The whole ATM getting money out thing. Um, and it can really add up quickly. I think here near me, the ATMs they've got an anywhere from an 18 to 30 soles charge anytime you are taking money out. So that's what divided by four. So anywhere from $4 to $8 charge, we'll say, um, about that you get charged every time. Hey, Bill, it's going great. Thanks for coming. How are you doing? Love to hear about what's going on with you. Um, but yeah, anytime you go to an ATM here, you get hit with about a $4 to $8 charge per time you take out money, and that really adds up, especially because they only let you take out around 450 soles at a time, 4 to 800 depends on the ATM again. Um, yeah, happy to share it, Laura. Just stuff that I've learned that I hope if you come here you learn, but that you learn from and don't have to replicate or figure out. Because if I could save anyone money, I'd really prefer to do that. Especially to banks. Banks are freaking evil, man. Um, but so yeah, I was going down, taking money out. My partner was taking money out at the ATM. So you get 450 soles at a time, sometimes 800, depends on the ATM. Be there in September. Well, can't wait. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I was taking out money and they were just adding up. And then a lot of banks also do an additional international charge. How's it going, Orco? You're on camera. Um, so you get like hit with $4 or $5 from the bank that you're taking money out of. Then you get hit with like $4 or $5 from your own bank. Depending on your bank, it could be less or none. My bank does none. My partner's bank does $5, I think. Um, and after that, you could also get hit with whatever transversion fee they're giving you. So right now, at the time of making this live, the last time I looked, it was a good transversion rate was 3.62. So you get 3.62 soles per every dollar. So that means 400 soles is around $107 about, um, which is down. It's usually better of a it's usually of a better transversion. But you're then at the mercy of the bank the ATM that you're going to. Usually, it's their mercy of what transversion rate they're giving you. Usually, it's not that. Usually, it's something like 3.58, which might not seem like a lot, but it adds up, especially if you live here. So, what was my solution to this? There's Western unions all over the Sacred Valley. and in Cusco as well. So what you can do is you can pre-send money from your bank account or your card or even credit card over to banks here, and you can get a better transversion rate. Like you can know your transversion rate before you send it, and you can also save on all those fees because Western Union charges you with a fee, but they don't have that 450 soles limit. So if you're planning on doing something, you can also send dollars as well. If you have to do anything in dollars here, which you should try not to if you can, because they try to do the company, not companies, the things that you'd be doing in dollars, they try to get like a favorable transversion for themselves. So say it's like 3.62 is what it is now. They might kind of act like it's 3.5. And sometimes you get lucky with dollars too. Sometimes they just do a flat four, kind of depends. But anyway, Western Union, you can preset, you can pick it up, and you get like, depends on how you send the money. If you're sending it right from your bank account and you're okay with it taking a couple days, I think you can get it as low as like $5. If you're doing it from your credit card, I think it's up to $30, but that makes sense because you have more risk because your credit card you can claim fraud or whatever. Um, I guess if you're sending it to yourself, you can't, but still. So the Western Union, I thought was going to be a great decision and a great solution, and I still think that it is. However, the Western Unions near me, they have very weird and obscure hours all over the place. And I would go and show up, and there would always be something like their system was down. They wouldn't give me any information, or they that I'd have to come back another day, or I'd show up at the time they're supposed to be open, and they're just completely closed. So it was a lot of interesting stuff. Um, so I'm still working on the Western Union transfer. Um, I actually found out because I don't know if it was because I didn't pick it up in time that the money bounced back. So the entirety of the money and the fee was returned, or if it never actually went through because Peru Wi Fi or my own mistake. I have no idea. But I'm going to keep trying with that. But money acquisition is definitely an issue that we struggle with kind of on a regular basis here. Just getting cash because everything's done in cash, and the places that you do card at here, again, you're doing the is it a favorable transversion? The bank that the business uses that you're using your card for, or Easy Pay if that's what they're using, is it a favorable transversion for you? Number one, and number two, they usually charge a 5% increased rate for using cards. So that adds up a lot too. Basically, you're getting the opposite of a 5% discount. You're paying 5% more for everything. That really adds up rather quickly. So cash is king here. Everyone uses cash for everything for the most part, unless it's like a big deal, some sort of like big money moving. And then tourists get hit a lot with they try to get you to use card a lot. Yeah, it depends on where you are. Actually, I guess they don't necessarily try, but they give you the option to use card, and they're already tacking on the 5% on the online rate. I assume because they don't necessarily hit you with the 5% rate when you get here. Hey Tyler, thanks for coming. How's it going? But they don't necessarily say that they're hitting you with the 5%, but usually I found anything that you're getting online tends to be more expensive than it is in person by a pretty wide margin. Now, if there's something you want to do that you just have to do and you're not willing to miss out, pay the extra money and just lock it in for yourself. But um, they try to get you to do online things like um, the Peruvians who run companies that really know what's up, they try to get you to use the online stuff just because they can um, add more to the cost without you knowing, and you won't know the dollar amount until you get in person. My day's going pretty good. I went in town today to try to get another thing done with Western Union, which went wrong, but that's okay. It's kind of normal here. Um, um, yes, and other than that, I'm pretty good. I've been out of phone about a week because it got lost slash stolen. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it was lost because people don't really steal things here, but um, it never got turned back on, so you never. Yeah, yeah, I did. So that's why I'm on my computer right now. I much prefer to do it on my phone. I find that it just is a much more comfortable experience for me, and also I get a lot more people kind of scrolling through who just happen to stop by and find me. Luis Luis Miguel, what do I do in Peru? Is it work? Is it remote work? Um, yeah, so right now, I do a lot of my own like business. So I'll get clients for integration. I will lead retreats or I should say, co-lead retreats because my partner and I both go in on the retreats. Um, so that's really where a majority of my income comes from. However, it really depends. But yes, all of my work is remote. I don't work for a company at the moment. I'm not opposed to it. I just prefer not to. I don't really want to do the whole clock in, clock out thing. But it has its perks. I would like the steady paycheck that comes in consistently every week. So it's definitely been on my mind because I could take that money if I could get an online like remote job here. I could take that money and it could go a long way. Um, but then still I have to be like at my computer at certain times. I don't know. It's not definitely nothing wrong with it. Just I got pros and cons, but I'm leaning towards potentially looking for stuff that way. But we'll see. I haven't made that decision yet. Um, or I didn't know you lost your phone. I just saw that video. Yeah, yeah, that was last week. I made that video around now ish a week ago, just kind of explaining why I wasn't able to make the live. I was trying for like 30 or 40 minutes and my computer just wasn't able to figure it out. It was crazy. How do I contact people? Are you getting a new phone? Great question. So to answer, I guess the second one first. I do have a new phone. It's just not here. It's in the U.S. Ships to an address that I have that I trust. So it's waiting for me to either pick it up or to be shipped here. There's a good chance that I will be going to the US in the near future, and the fact that my phone is there is a kind of additional benefit. Now, you might be thinking, why don't you ship it and have it sooner? Shipping things here is a bit weird. Sometimes it goes really well, sometimes it goes awfully, and it gets sent back, and you have to do it multiple times. The only reason I know this is because I ship things in and out of Peru, like alpaca sweaters, like cloth, like handiworks, I should say, and then some stuff like rape, which is like a tobacco. Anything basically that's legal, I'll ship out of here. Legal in the U.S., I should say, and here, I suppose. I wouldn't be able to get it if it wasn't. But but I know for a fact that things get weird when it comes to shipping. I even know people who have shipped um their luggage, like extra stuff home, and it just never got there, so they spent all this money on like stuff that they wanted for souvenirs, and it never actually got back to their house. Border control will stop things for literally any reason, so they could stop my phone because it's got a ion battery in it, and decide not to ship it, and then I have to go through a whole process anyway. So there's a good chance I'll probably go pick it up in the US, since I kind of need to go there for some things anyway, and also it'll probably just be end up being cheaper all in all, because shipping is rather expensive from here. I think it's like $50 to $100 per kilo. So 2 pounds is about $50 to $100, depends. Um, Phone's about half a pound. That's probably aggressive too, but I'd want to put insurance on it in case it went missing, and then you're adding up rather quick. And how do I contact people? That's a great. Uh, yeah, it was an iPhone that I lost. Uh, basically, I don't know if I told the story on the video, but basically, what happens. Let me answer your previous question. How do I contact people? I have my computer still has WhatsApp, email, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, all those I kind of use. So I'm able to contact people relatively easily. There's some difficulties along with it, sure. Like one of the big difficulties I've been running into is I never realized how many things needed phone verification. You know, that 4 to 10 digit code they send you, depending on what you're doing to like log into an account. Basically, all my accounts have that. So I haven't been able to log into basically anything that I want to besides my YouTube because I was too lazy to set it up. Um, for my phone, just for my email, and it's an email that I'm constantly logged into. So I got really lucky that I never set my phone login for YouTube. I wouldn't be making anything right now. Um, I would have to call them. I don't even know what I would be doing. But the iPhone, yes, it was an iPhone that I lost. I tried to track it, but basically, as soon as it left, it was like on low battery. Basically, the story was I got a taxi from somewhere, and I assume I left it in the taxi because I had it in the taxi. Um, actually, I don't assume, I know I left it in the taxi. Um, and basically, I went to try to track it down that night because it was still on. But as soon as I got to the place where it was last kind of showing, I thought the guy was like eating dinner or something. But I realized my phone had died because by the time I got there, it was like 30, 40 minutes that it's been sitting in one location. The guy was a taxi driver, and it was 30 or 40 minutes since the last time it updated. And I kind of waited and waited. It never moved from that spot for like 8 days on the lost my iPhone thing before I called T-Mobile and snipped it. So it basically, I think they factory reset it if I'm not mistaken, from afar, or at least shut it down so it wasn't usable. I'm not really sure what exactly they do, but it's not like I can factory reset it myself. So um, me too, but it no longer has service. If it ever comes on Wi-Fi, and someone like didn't think about it and it comes on, I will be able to track it down. But knowing that this is the Sacred Valley and there's so much tourism, it's possible that someone from like just arbitrary country, Germany, came through, um, and saw the phone on the ground, just didn't say anything, and was waiting to take it home to turn it back on. If it pops back up in Germany, it's gone, you know? So there's not really much I could do about that. But I'm keeping my eye out. I have Find My iPhone. So as soon as it comes back on, if someone doesn't know to disable the GPS in the phone before it comes back on, then I will be able to track my phone back down. I would really like to, but we will see how that goes. So, but there's a lot of options. I'm not going to go through all the potentialities because anything could have happened with it. It's not a big deal. I actually had insurance on the phone anyway, so it sucks to pay $250 to get a new phone, but it's much better than paying a full price for a phone. So, um, the insurance is just kind of included in my phone plan. So, yeah, I saved myself. It was an iPhone 15 Plus. So, whatever those are going for right now, 900, $1,000. So, wait, so the codes are still asking you for login? Yeah, they are. My phone is kind of linked to everything. I'm pretty big on multi-level security, so I'll have like multiple things. Like just for example, something I don't use anymore would be um, I don't even remember, but I would have like Google Authenticate, and I would also have Mobile Authenticate, and I would also have like an email that needed authenticate as well. I did coding, so I know how easy it is to like steal information, which I'm a little worried about my phone because I hope they factory reset it. But if someone knows or has the time to try to hack into it, not that there's really anything that serious on it that I really care about, that I don't want anyone knowing. But I'd rather not someone bust into my phone and be able to like log into something. I don't know. Actually, everything's kind of interprotected anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. But anyway, I'd like it back for the data that's on it. Um, but yeah, I did coding, so I kind of learned to protect everything. But it's really shooting myself in the foot right now. I never really took stock of how often I use that login feature, like where they sent me the code to log in. Even some of my emails are that way, so I can't even get into some of my emails, which are some of my more popular emails. Um, I'm very lucky that this YouTube isn't on one of those emails. So, yeah, um, but good stuff. Overall, like I'm well protected. It's good the phone carrier can. I don't know. Can okay, no, I can't. It's good that there's something in the way, like not of your comment. There's like a heart for me to send a heart to myself, I guess. But it's good that your phone carrier can cut off. I heard people can SIM swap. Yeah, they might be able to SIM swap. Um, I told Apple as well. Um, so I believe Apple can factory reset it. I'm actually going to call them and double check because I don't want all the data on the phone to get deleted just in case it does happen to pop back up in like Cusco or something and I can take the 2 hour ride in and go track someone down with police officers. Um, but it's coming to a point where I'm just gonna see if Apple can. I want to make sure Apple can wipe it. I'm pretty sure T-Mobile said they cut it and wiped and killed the SIM card. So we'll see. I'm really not sure. I wish I knew more because that would be good for me to know. Um, but yeah, um, not much I could do though. Stuff happens. Um, The only thing that I'm particularly worried about, which I believe Apple is actually no, I know Apple has already done, but the whole like tap to pay on your phone. I'm even though Apple has said they did something about that, there's still that thing in the back of my mind that's like, what if they somehow know how to hack well enough that they can undo and recreate or regain the information? I don't know, but other than that, I'm pretty good, and it's only credit cards on there anyway, so I can easily cancel and get my money back. It's just I don't want to have to deal with that without a phone. um, yeah. So, but overall, it could have been much worse. Um, plus, yeah. I might even have the thing set that if you guess my password too many times wrong, it clears the whole phone anyway. Um, the whole exploding message style thing. But because it's working out how it's working out. I got a phone. I'm good. Oh, that's but I got lucky someone turned it in. Yeah, that's awesome. I've actually lost my wallet twice here in the time that I've been here. One time was my fault. I just got up and left it on the table, and the other time, I forget what had happened, but yeah, essentially it was my fault because I'm supposed to guard my wallet, but it was like not completely in my control. But I forget. Um, and I got turned. It got turned in both times too. So it's really nice when people do that, but my phone is locked, so just because someone finds it doesn't mean they're gonna know where to bring it. They would have to put it onto Wi-Fi and hope that I could track it down, and I'm not sure that a Peruvian would know about that because iPhones are here, but they're a bit out of the loop when it comes to like how they work and stuff. Like there's a few Limanians, which are people from Lima, who obviously have grown up using iPhones their entire lives, or since iPhones were a thing. But like the locals here, you're lucky to for them to have a full screened phone and not like a number a number puncher, so I'm hoping on the grace of God that they figure it out. But um, yeah, but it was fun chatting with you guys. We're hitting 5:30 now. I've got a few things. Oh no, my alpaca sweater. This is terrible. But I've got a few things I got to get done. I appreciate you guys watching. I love talking with you every time, and hopefully, if my computer decides to be nice to me, I will continue to do this every week on my computer until I get a phone, and then I'll go back live on the phone. We'll see. But I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.